Well, greeting, Rose Hill families. Sure are excited that we could bring this to you. We sure missed seeing everyone. We hope that you'll find this to be a blessing. But parents, we actually want this to be a resource. Parenting is a gift from God, but we also understand that during this time, this new normal, that it's also probably been some bumps out there. So Tammy and I, we miss seeing everyone, so we wanted to provide a resource to you all. And hey kids, we really miss seeing you. Fist bump. Hey, we miss doing the songs, which I know y'all aren't that excited about, but hey, we still miss seeing you guys, miss playing with you, throwing the footballs around and doing all the games we do. So we're going to do a lesson here this evening. We're going to take some time since Easter's coming up. We're going to celebrate Christ's resurrection, his coming back to life, and the reason we have hope. We just wanted to provide something for, again, you parents and then kids for you to enjoy. So actually, we have help tonight. It's not us. It's going to be our good friend, Miss Natasha. So she's going to bring the lesson to you, and then we'll wrap up when she's done.
Hey kids, how are you? Hey, it's dark in here. I can't see very well. Oh, I forgot to take off my sunglasses. That's better. But hey, you're still not here. Where are you guys at? Oh yeah. You're all at home because you're supposed to be at home right now, being safe and staying away from the virus and stuff, but that makes it kind of awkward for me. I've never taught kids that I can't see. It's a good thing I brought my handy-dandy imagination hat with me. See this thing? These antennae, they make it so that I can sense where you're at and I can find you. And these eyes, well, I can see right into your house. And I can see what you're doing. So I'm going to put this on so I can see you guys, because it's weird to teach when I can't see you. There. Ha! That's better. Now I can see you all, but this is the weirdest classroom I have ever seen. Why, there's a couple kids sitting on the couch there, leaning on their mom's shoulder. And there's one down there on the floor. I don't know what they're doing. And there's some over there at the kitchen table. And I even see a grandma sitting over there. Hey. You, what are you doing? Hanging upside down there on that chair? Makes it hard for me to see your face. It's kind of a weird classroom, but I'm glad I can see you all. It's, after all, it's Easter time and we want to have a class and this is the way we can do it. Hey, wait, did I just see a dog go through here? Oh, well, you can do anything when you have an imagination hat. So let's get started on class. So today, we're talking about Easter. Easter is an exciting time of year. We love Easter at our house. Our kids love Easter. They're so excited about it. They have lots of Easter memories. I bet you guys have some memories too. If you want, you can add some of your favorite memories in the comments for Mr. Mark and Mrs. Tammy to read. Well, one of my kids' favorite memories is the Easter egg hunt. They love Easter egg hunts. Do you guys like Easter egg hunts? Well, today, we're going to have a special Easter egg hunt. And this one is going to help us hunt for the real reason for Easter. And the real reason for Easter is found in our Bibles. And so we're going to find clues in our Easter eggs to tell us what happened in the Bible. So let's get started. All right. Well, in the Bible, it's divided into two parts. There's the Old Testament and there's the New Testament. And in the New Testament, there's 4 Gospels called Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They all tell about the life of Jesus. So Jesus, it tells us, was born to Mary and Joseph. And Jesus, he wasn't just a human baby. He was God's son, so he was very special. When Jesus grew up, he did all kinds of exciting things. He did things like heal people of diseases, like he made blind people's eyes come open, and he made sick people get well. He even raised a few people from the dead. And then, one time, they were short on food, and he made there be lots and lots of loaves of bread and lots of fish so that everybody could eat. I sure couldn't do that. And then, another thing he did is he walked on water. Have you ever tried to do that? I sure can't do that. I can't even swim in water. And then he also told a storm to be still. He just stood up and said, "Peace, be still." And it stopped. He was an amazing man, and it's because he wasn't just a man, he was God's son. You would think that everybody loved him, but that's where our story picks up. There were people who did not love Jesus, and they wanted to kill him. They were jealous of him. And so when our story picks up today, he's in the garden and he's praying, and he knows, because he's God's son, he knows that he's about to die. And he's distressed, and he's crying out to God, and he wants to do the Father's will. And then wait, he hears his enemies coming. He can hear them coming closer and closer, and then they're there, and they arrest him, and they take him before Pilate. And that's where we get to our first clue. When they took Jesus to Pilate, Pilate questioned him. He's like, I can't figure out what this man has done. And the people, they just kept saying, crucify him, crucify him. So Pilate, he wanted to make the people happy, but he didn't want to crucify him. And so he took him, and he did something. He had something done. Let's look here at our first clue. Can you see this? Oh, wait, it's a little bit small. It's a good thing I brought this. This is my blow it up machine. I'm going to put it in here and blow it up so you can see it better, okay? There's a leather strap. It says that Pilate had Jesus beaten. He was beaten until his back was bleeding. Ouch, that would hurt, wouldn't it? Well, then after they finished beating him, our second egg will tell us what happened next. Let's crack this one open and find that clue. What is it? Kind of small again. We're going to have to blow this one up too. So, we'll put it down here in the blow it up machine. And looky there. Look at those thorns. Ouch. Do you know what they did with this? They put this crown of thorns on Jesus' head, pushed it down on his head, and then they made fun of him, and he was bleeding. And they'd say, this is the King of the Jews, and they would laugh. Well, Pilate then took Jesus back out in front of the people, and he was hoping that would be enough, but it wasn't enough. The people still yelled, crucify him, crucify him. And so Pilate, finally, he just turned him over to the people to be crucified. So Jesus had to take his own cross and carry it up that hill called Golgotha. And when he got up there, let's see what happened next. I better blow this one up for you too, this clue. Can you guess what it is? Here it comes. They took nails and they drove them through his hands and his feet. And then they lifted that cross up, and they lifted the cross up, and Jesus hung there. That wouldn't feel very good, would it? It would feel awful. Well, eventually then, Jesus died. He died on that cross. It was a sad, sad day. Jesus hadn't done anything wrong. Well, after he died, he had some friends that came. And let's see maybe what happened next. We have some little bit of linen here. Can you see that? I bet it had to be bigger than this. So let's blow it up too. So his friends took a piece of linen and they wrapped Jesus' body in the linen, and then they took him to an empty tomb and they laid his body in the tomb. After they laid it in the tomb, we get to our next clue of what happens next. Can you see that? I bet it was much, much bigger than this. So let's blow that up too, but it might even be bigger than this. They took a stone and they rolled it over the entrance to the tomb, and they left Jesus' body there. Now it was getting late. It was getting, the sun was going down, and so the people went on home. But how do you think they felt? They had to feel really, really sad. And so Jesus lay in the tomb, and then something really exciting happened. But this is where you take part in this treasure hunt. What I want you to do is I want you to find out what's in my last egg. I'm not going to open it up for you. I want you to read Matthew 28, verses 1 to 7 with your parents and see if you can guess what the clue is in this egg. I'll give you a hint. It is something that made the difference for all of time. Even though Jesus had died, and it was a very, very sad day, Jesus knew that that was God's plan for him. Jesus died because he was the perfect sacrifice for sin, and God needed a perfect sacrifice. We all sin. You and me, we've all done things that were wrong, and God needed a perfect sacrifice, and Jesus was willing to be that sacrifice. So that's why he had to die. It was for us. But we needed hope after Jesus was buried, and that is what this egg is all about. So look in your Bibles with your moms and dads and see if you can figure out what is in my last egg. Now, you might need an imagination hat for this one. I don't know. Let's see.
Well, there you go, kids. What a great story. Thank you, Miss Natasha. And again, to remind you kids, look up the answer, Matthew 28, 1 through 7. This video is going to be on the church Facebook page, so I'm going to look for your answers in comments and posts. So make sure you have permission from mom and dad, but go on the Facebook page. It's also on our website. But make comments on the Facebook page, what's in the last egg. We want to know, we want you to know what it is. It's the real story of Easter. And moms and dads, just real brief as we close, I want you to look forward for more of these type of videos and other resources that we'll be posting as we, again, get used to this virtual environment for this short term. But again, we want to be able to offer you those resources, those items, and things that can help with the kids, help you in your discipling of the kids. Obviously, we miss you all, and we want to be able to bring these to you as best we can. So be sure you're checking the Facebook page, checking the website. We're going to have fun and exciting stuff, resources for the kids. And on Sunday mornings, we're going to start including some kids' sermons. So a lot of cool things we're going to get going. So appreciate your time. Kids, look for the answer. We want to see it in the comments. Love you all.